All right, we're skipping a chapter. Field Meeting 4-01.1, sorry, point 41, U.S. Army Railway Operations or Railroad Operations. Chapter 11, Foreign Service and Host Nation. During wartime contingency, U.S. forces face the prospect of having to utilize available equipment on to entry into the theater, particularly when the host nation support is not available in either the tactical situation or certain concerns may preclude the use of the host nation's services. In particular in the rear area of the division of the corps or higher. In many development nations, the U.S. force with many encountering locomotives, other equipment has been declared obsolete. The U.S. American railroads exported outside of the U.S. either new or outside. Either the use of foreign-built equipment in the primarily British or Soviet area, they may differ significantly from what they are with. Commanders of the rail units and transportation corps should thoroughly familiarize themselves with constraints and challenges to providing railway services in this type of environment or train accordingly. Types of equipment: diesel, electric modems should thoroughly be inspected and ensure that the mechanically safety operate and should be brought up to the best level of maintenance for the existing facility supplies and allows for. It is not mandatory that the equipment exactly as required with the continuous operation become, but they must not present any type of the hazard being operated. 11.5. Electric locomotives most likely will not be able to be put into service at Australia environmental due to damage to infrastructure providing power. However, the extreme should be and to be taken working around the equipment during the threat of electrical shock. Soldiers should have specific training relative to electrical train operation safety around the overhead of the centenary catenary or power lines before attempting the work of electric equipment, any work on electric equipment. 11.6. Steam-powered locomotives are still found in many parts of the world. If there are no other reasons for fuel is readily available, there is no money for the replacement of the engine. Steam locomotives have probably proven ability to operate in extremely cold environments, which can be advantages to maintenance support requirements. Steam operations for outweight and advantages. However, the adequate shot forces require the parts of the required readily available. Likely electrical train operation should be having a specific training in the operation and maintenance of steam locomotives before attempting to operate them. It is strongly recommended that any steam locomotive considered for the use of by U.S. forces is forcefully inspected according to the guidelines found in the Title 49, Part 230, in order to prevent death or serious bodily injury to the trains or crew. Locomotive appear to the serviceability, but the soldiers having no familiarity and sufficient resources to place back in service should be set out in the siding or secured until they are repaired and reutilized in the host nation or allied personnel. Freight cars should be inspected in the conus to determine the load capacity and mechanical safety. Many cars not having any tie-down characteristics, capabilities, conus based on the cars, soldiers should be ensured that they are not loaded over the capacity. Rules 11.8. Any absent interaction with the host nation personnel where the U.S. has exclusively a use of the track or the equipment operation and maintenance should be conducted with the IAW current U.S. Doctrine of Operating Rules. While 11.9, where Allied Forces Host Nation Services contract or Host Nation support may be operating responsibility. Representatives from all organizations involved with the train operation must meet to determine the set of the rules followed, but all train crews should be familiar with the operating rules and being placed in the service. It should be determined that the language will be used in dispatching train communication. All communications must be clearly transmitted and clearly understood at all in personnel involved with the train operations. Sustainment of rail operations. 110. Proper commitment to conduct the railway movement with the operational order. Railway operations must ensure that there is adequate maintenance supply in the place of the supporting train movements. Planes should consider, among other factors, the track structure, rate, repair and maintenance, mode of power, rolling stock, fueling, maintenance, and adequate supply, repair, parts of all track structure, signal systems, rolling stock, mode of power. 11.11. Also, significant available for the material handling equipment at both the origination and destination points of the rail movement. Examples: it would also use the movement of the containers via the railway if there is no container handling equipment available at the destination. Chapter 12: Railroad Accidents and Incidents.